human defense mechanisms, as in cope, denial, ego, things of that nature. Like, we all have them. Everyone does. It just may be, what is it in for you particularly? Like, some people might have it in substance abuse, dopamine abuse, things of that nature. Behavior. I'm just gonna say that. Internally, something like that, you know. Like the way we act and stuff like that. Like, you might be defending a way you act and the things that you do, and like you might give validation to it, and there's a reason why you do it, and that you couldn't be the person you are if you don't act this way, or you won't ever change it, or whatever, right? We all have defense mechanisms in some sort of way, right? It's about whether or not you can see them for yourself or not. Because it's a very hard thing to see, truly. You gotta like find the root and find the reason why you have that certain defense mechanism, and what the reasoning is for you're doing that. Like, look at it on the back end, you know? You can see it at face value, but if you look at it from the backside, like, why are you doing this? Is there ask the reason for what the reason is you're doing it. You know what I mean? That sounds kind of weird, but it's like you give yourself an excuse to why you're doing something, but ask yourself why you're giving yourself an excuse to do it still. You know what I mean? Like, we defend stuff that like may not be good for us, or is destroying us, or you know that you have to change and shit like that, like to grow and all that nonsense and shit like that. But yeah, even if you do see them though, like even if you do see your defense mechanisms, are you able to do something about it? Like, are you able to go against your identity, your internal monologues, your external ones as well? It's like when you try to, you know, stop falling back on your excuses, defense mechanisms, your ego, your denial, your whatever, your copes, whatever. Cope isn't really the right word, but I mean, it kind of is, I guess, but because cope is kind of like something that you do you're using it to better yourself. I'm talking about things that you're using to keep yourself where you at. But yeah, you gotta really completely change yourself, right? Like, you gotta completely be the person that you're not. All the little tendencies, the habitual things that you place yourself in, and all the things that made you stay at where you are, like all the stupid things that got you to where you are right now, and you don't want to be at anymore. You know what I mean? So like, it takes a lot of internal work and shit like that to really completely go against yourself. It's like, look at other people that are doing things that you want to do and the person that you want to be, and take little things and little bits from them. You know what I mean? Because you take the good things from them, then you could make a big gumbo of all the people that you like and the little things that they do and that you like, and you can combat your defense mechanisms and the shit like that, right? Yeah, changing your defense mechanisms to something positive, or empowering / an offensive mechanism, I guess you could say, right? It's like fighting an enemy you don't even know is there. You're unconscious to them, if that makes sense, right? Because it's very hard to change. It's very, very, very hard to change. And it's like, because the thing is how do you even isolate it, right? You can't even see it half the time. You can, but you can't, right? Like the ones that are very life-changing, it can either be you can't see it or you can't see it, right? Like, if you got to stop drinking, you kind of know that you got to stop drinking, you got to stop smoking weed, you got to stop jerking off, like all that shit, you know, at a fundamental level, like an internal level, you know you got to stop that shit. But just the little tendencies, like a good one is kind of like making excuses to be lazy. You know what I mean? Like say me trying to make this video, or this is a bad one, but I'm trying to stop drinking stupid caffeine and energy drinks and stuff like that. But in my head, mentally, I'm like, oh, it's nice to drink one a little bit before I go work out, because I get the best workout when I have a shit ton of caffeine. But it's like, that's so stupid. Like, you don't even realize how much energy I have quit caffeine before, and you get so much more energy. You know what I mean? Like, on the flip side, you're making an excuse because you're like, oh, it's benefiting me at something that I is doing good for me. But drinking that shit is bad for you, especially fucking energy drinks. If it was a little coffee, that's not as bad. I usually drink coffee. I just found those cheap, but yeah. Or being lazy, right? Like, I think it's weird. It's weird. On the flip side, like, you could be completely lazy, just a lazy person in general. But I mean, like, the part where it's like you making excuses to do productive lazy things. Like, I find you get a defense mechanism when you're like, okay, say this video, I gotta make this video. But then I'm like, oh, but I gotta clean up, do my laundry, read a book, work out, this, that, gotta post some stuff up that I'm trying to sell. I gotta go for a run. I gotta, you know, anything, make a good meal, like everything to push this video off, making this video off, like not actually getting to making this video. So it's like you're kind of defending the productive laziness, so you don't actually do the thing that would make you feel fulfilled in the day, that one thing that you know would make you fulfilled in that day. So those are kind of two examples, the gym one, right, and that one. Yeah, that's why it's good to, you're unconscious to them, right? So that's why it's good to like look on the outside in, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't promote this stuff, but like maybe microdosing or tripping, or like whether it be whatever, psychedelic shit like that, is a good way, looking on the outside in, or like anything really. I don't know, intellectual books, anything of that nature, right? Like psychology wise, or like spiritually, or whatever the case may be. Having good friends, that's why you want good friends, you know what I mean? Like, it's nice when you can find someone, even if you're not like really that close with them, but someone will really like kind of check you and be like, yo, this is what you doing wrong, you know what I mean? I see it, but you don't see it. Yeah, like deep work, whatever that may be, right? Meditation, you know, yoga, working out with like, if you can work out without headphones, like going on a run without headphones is great. That's half the time I do it with headphones. But if you go on a run without headphones, man, you get some real tapped in thoughts, like some real things that's like really you tuned in, you on a good frequency when you doing that shit, which otherwise music or a podcast would kind of block out the things that you need to know. But yeah, it's very hard to see your own defense mechanisms, and yet so easy to see them in others. It's a funny one, man. It's because, then this is a quote, Anne Freud. I don't know who that may be, but I just searched up the definition of defense mechanisms, because I didn't even really know the true definition of it. But quote, unconscious resources used by the ego to decrease internal conflict and stress. So people may see on the outside in like the things that you need to change to level up, but it's a lot harder to see them yourself, you know what I mean? And that's why people get stumped at the same level in life, right? Because they're always like distracting themselves from themselves with either things, materialistic things, like people and places, or you know, substances, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? They never actually sit with themselves and truly look internally and do the deep work and really find out what they got to change and shit like that to stop with the stupid internal conflicts. It's just always a Band-Aid and duct tape and shit like that. I mean, I've been bad for it my whole life, but I'm only just now trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't really want to keep rambling on. I think I've gotten most of my point out. But yeah, defense mechanisms, man. Like, see how much you can work on them. See how much you can change. Like, the identity and the ego that protects you from really growing. You know what I mean? I believe in you guys just like I believe in myself. Keep it up.